And the return will stop right around the 25.
Brandon, when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach and talked about how they wanted to begin this game offensively, they talked about their script, didn't they? 10 to 15 plays, the first 10 to 15 they had on their script. Nowhere on the script was there throwing an interception, I have to believe.
To throw is Wilson. And left side here, it's Graham. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jimmy Graham, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off.
Nice catch. Touchdown. Nice catch, offense.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
Strong right.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
4 down.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Sheldon Richardson busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Here we go.
On the carry, here's Marshawn Lynch. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up.
You got him.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr, and he can't come up with a pick. Nearly his 2nd of the game. Instead, 4th down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Marquette King to punt it away. Back deep for the Seahawks, the All-Pro returner from 2015, Tyler Lockett. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And where did this one go out? Not good. Let's see. Yeah, they're going to say inside the 35-yard line. Charles, earlier we talked a lot about Russell Wilson, what a great job he did last year in 2017 as Seattle's offense is working their way back onto the field. But they're probably going to need to find a running game to alleviate some of that pressure on Wilson, right?
Yeah, you think? I mean, my goodness, when you take a look at what Russell Wilson did, he more than doubled the rushing yardage of Mike Davis, who finished 2nd. And Mike Davis didn't begin the year on Seattle's roster. They went through a number of runners this season, none of them that fit and really hit. Chris Carson, they thought was going to be the guy who got hurt early in the year, but they definitely have to find a running game and get back to playing that Seattle football of run first and let Russell Wilson take over from there.
Touchdown, Seahawks. He hit him earlier in this first quarter with his arm. Now he does it with his legs.
Right now, he's one of those stat stuffers that you see on the basketball court. You know, the guy with points, rebounds, assists, steals. One with the arm, one with the legs. Let's see if he can continue this pace.
And sending out the reminder that, yeah, look, I'm known for having an arm, but I can do it with the legs on occasion when I need to.
Yeah.
Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Carr gives to Lynch on the draw. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
I have to admit, I'm excited by that play call and the end result, because this is a team that's down big early in the first quarter, and a lot of teams will just panic, abandon the playbook, and just start firing the ball.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Michael Bannon in there to get him for a loss of 5.
There's a little bit of defense right there. Nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They just snuffed out every route that was going. Quarterback never got rid of the football.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Ready to go now in the second quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the...
A nickel look by Seattle on 3rd down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Throwing his car on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
This complete to Lockett. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. There he goes, right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there, 53 yards. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Danger. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
14,
Now Wilson on 2nd down. Dance, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And look who, the former Seahawk first-round pick, Bruce Irvin, coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. Now Wilson steps away to his left. Throw left side complete. It's Richardson. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
14, 18. Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship.
Here's Carson.
Under crunch.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally,
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Mike Bennett in there to take him down and to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Tight end right. Four down.
Now Carr throwing on second down. And he's going to go down again. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him. And this pass rush strong now. That's sacks on back-to-back plays. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Here's Carr. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they had the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved.
Yeah.
You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
Here's Marquette King now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to pull it away.
Hi. Yeah.
Returnable for Lockett. 31 yards on the punt there.
Yeah.
Quit the game, man. Stop playing, bro.
The Seahawks will have great field position to start this drive. They take over on the short side of the field. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Oakland territory. Give him 30 yards there.
When the big guy rumbles down the center of the field and he gains leverage on a guy trying to cover him, it is really, really tough for the defender to get through him to make a play on the football. That's why guys love to throw that route. Down the middle, throw it deep, and let the big guy go get it.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. On second down, Wilson. And there's Baldwin. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, a 5-yard touchdown. And this Seahawks offense continues to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On second down, here's Carr. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. On first down, Carr. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. He was trying to get it to Seth Roberts. And it's second down.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. The final shot here before half for Carr. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
They're running it. Down.
A final shot before break. Carr, he finds Roberts, complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This will be taken very short. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Alert. Bang out. Got it.
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to let this one go deep. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Travis Carey. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your...
Cordero Patterson, 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Cordero Patterson, 66 yards. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. Out to kick is Janikowski. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do.
He's checking cracks.
Tempo, punch left.
Watch the safety creep.
They'll start out on the ground with Carson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game,
they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the
big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
On second down, here's Wilson. He's taken down. Navarro Bowman coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
Outside coming.
And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down. In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Connects it to Roberts, right side. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. On the give, this is Lynch. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense,
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 25. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out.
Okay, where is he going with the football? Because you can make an education.
Right? You've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
And a great spot to start this drive from here.
No.
They'll toss it out to Carson. Down to the 25. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situation? That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
To throw is Wilson. Looking to throw on 2nd down. And he finds his tight end, Graham. And he's brought down after a good gain. That one goes for 24 yards.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
If this was boxing, you think maybe they would have thought about stopping this one because this defense has been bruised, it's been battered, but this is why they keep the fight going, right?
And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there, taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And he's able to put it through. Here's Walsh now to kick this one off. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Check 4, check 4.
Get down, get down.
Single.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Tight end left, tight end left.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. The offense on third down tonight, a pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches.
Mike 5-4, Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. 3 buzz.
They'll run it. Here's Lynch. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on third down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it, stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
Here's Marquette King now, as he's on to punt for Oakland. Now it's Lockett. So possession goes over here on the punt, and it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And Charles, in a very one-sided affair, I think we've reached the point in the broadcast where you and I, we may have some filling to do, right?
Yeah, I think you're right about that because we got to try and keep people around. We don't want them to change the channel. Stay with us in this game. Is that Ben Remsauer? Are you hearing from Ben on the headset here telling us stretch this thing out a little bit?
Get some talking points. Dig them all out.
That's what you get. A big-time producer. Keep them here.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing.
Careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go larga. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Bruce Irvin coming in from that outside linebacker spot to bury him for a loss of 7. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. Forced out to his left. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Now Wilson on 1st down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Bruce Irvin in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon.
You better be back next.
Now Wilson to throw on 2nd down. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Khalil Mack in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Play action. It's Wilson. Lets this one rip toward Graham. That's caught inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. So out come the Raiders. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And he's brought down after a good game. 23 yards on the play.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right.
Down.
Carr now on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Sheldon Richardson in there to get him his second sack now of the afternoon. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
And he finds Cook. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. It's a gain of 21 that time. And that'll be good for an Oakland first down. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. And complete right side to Cook. And he'll go down at the 28. So there on that play, offensively, they ran.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. We've got a good one on tap today, and there's going to be two quarterbacks ready to get it done on the gridiron. It's Bortles' Jaguars going up against Carr's Raiders.
It's a day, Larry, that fans in these parts will need to savor as we come to you from the East Bay and Oakland, California. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The folks around the stadium clad in silver and black going to make every last game played in Oakland count. They're ready to go as their Raiders get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Jacksonville will kick this off. Number 84, back to return.
Josh Lambo now ready to put this one in the air. And off we go from Oakland. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Number 84 on return.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Down.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down.
Man left.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Good job, baby. Good job. Good stop, D. Good stop. Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move.
Get set.
Again, they'll pound it with Lynch. And an alley to run. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider 1st down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Throwing now is Carr. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way. So he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it. Just move on to the next play.
Carr will try it again on 2nd down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider 1st.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Yannick Ngakoue in there to get him for a loss of 5.
All day, baby. All day. We coming all day.
Down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Stopped short of the 25, but that second effort Got him a couple extra. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down at about 9 to go. 8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. From the gun, it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels.
Down! We waiting!
They'll run with Lynch, and this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. And the offense readies for play number 10 of this series. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook from 8 yards out. And the Raiders drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Boy, so they don't get the conversion, but they're going to go right into the onside kick formation. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. So an onside kick fail in the first quarter. Not sure I completely see the logic there.
It's not apparent, is it? You almost have to go deeper, I think, and maybe if we try and work along